Yes, I'm stating it emphatically. You, the woman that you don't want to get married to a man and become his first or second wife, you have contributed a lot to make the Igbo society to degenerate. You know, you have contributed to the setback we've had in the society today. So if that man is ready to make you his second wife or third wife or fourth or fifth, my dear, please go. Go and get married. The population of women to men, I don't know the ratio. I don't know how to state it, you know. But let me give you that as an assignment. Go and check. Ma ụmụ nwaanyị akalili ụmụ nwoke ka ụmụ nwoke kalili ụmụ nwaanyị n'elu ụwa. Go and check. Despite knowing that not all men or women will get married because that will determine. Your destiny is also a factor. All right? But that destiny does not say you should indulge in abortion. Are you listening to me? Your destiny also is another factor that will determine whether you will get married and stay under a man. Yes, no matter what they do, no matter how many times they stay in a relationship, it can never lead to marriage. That is their destiny. They are another different people. But the people I'm channeling my words to today is those women who say that polygamy bualo. There is a kind of modern polygamy that takes place today. But my topic is not about polygamy. I'm trying to let you know about those factors that enable abortion. So when you become a side chick, what do you expect? Even baby mama is better than a side chick. Baby mama is that you did not abort it. But you as a baby mama should strive to become wife number 2 or number 3. Forget what society will say. Now you as the wife, the main one, have you ever looked around? How many of your sisters have you given out to suitors? How many of your friends have you recommended to good men to marry? How many? Because you are lucky to get married, you now feel that the rest should, you don't care about them anymore. You don't even want them to come around you. All you do is to flaunt your marriage, to flaunt your happiness, to flaunt the love that you receive from your husband, to flaunt your children, to flaunt your house, to flaunt your cars. That is why most Igbo women are selfish. Yes, Igbo women are very, very selfish. When you can't share, what else do you want the other woman to do? You want her to continue living a life of fornication, fornicating up and down. Uwandibu amaka, let me say it. It is during those days that the woman will tell her husband, come, I want you to do me a favor. The husband will say, what is it? Say, you see this, my friend? I want you to marry her. I want to have her as a sister. I want to have her as a companion. She's hardworking. She will help us build this family. She is well trained. She comes from a good family. Marry her. And the husband will be like, no, I don't want to add another wife. He'll say, if you don't add another wife, if you don't marry this, my friend, okay. That means the marriage is over now. Playful, but to get her husband to become interested. Do you understand? Eventually, she will succeed or she will go by herself to marry her friend and bring for her husband as a second wife or a third wife. Sometimes it is not situation that dictates maybe the family one. No. they are searching for child or whatever. No. Sometimes it's not that. It is because the woman feels she needs a partner. She believes in teamwork. Marriage is beyond my possession, my husband, my children. She needs a co-mate who is understanding, who can help out. Probably she has a vision. She has an ambition. She is focused and she wants to realize and achieve it. And then she can't just leave those kids all alone. She feels that marrying this her friend into the family will help her. The friend will help look after the children and also her husband while she focuses on her job, or if she's self-employed, to make more wealth for the family. There are women like that. Are you listening? Marriage is not all about sex, sleeping with your husband, enjoying his mbadike. It's not all about that. So marry to procreate, for companion, companionship. So there are a lot of factors. And to really reduce the high rate of abortion, why don't our men and our women consider each other and know that if you are capable as a man to marry more than one wife, why don't you go ahead and do that and help save our society? When it comes to politics, you talk about the voting strength. When you are in one man, one wife marriage. Some will just give birth to one or two. Sefini. Somebody has said now that economy is hard. Economy, look at what she's saying. What economy? What do you know about Omumu? Do you know the blessing that follows Omumu? Yes. Many of you are not aware. There are some people, ask them, couples, in their marriage, nothing was working for them. And the wife was pregnant. Immediately the wife gives birth. The floodgates open. Various kinds of blessings start coming in. It happens. Some, when they marry wife, they start, prospering. They start flourishing. So when all these things come, you, the wife, you become greedy. Let me be the only person that will enjoy it. Recently, a popular actor got married to his second wife and raised a lot of dust. Why should it raise a lot of dust when, if you really know about your culture and tradition, you are in no position to judge that man or judge his second wife? You are in no position. Imported religion has taught a lot of us to be selfish, has brought wickedness in the land. People open their mouth without reasoning and say things, things that they say abominable things because you are under imported religion. There is no love. They'll be the one to tell you first commandment, second commandment, and the whole lot of it. But you don't see it in their behavior. You don't see it as, they don't live it as a lifestyle. They are so pretentious. They are so hypocritical. And majority of these hide under the guise of pastors and prophets and prophetess and indulge in this abortion. They have no control over their libido. You see them sleeping with all the girls in the church, all the single women, both the ones that are of marriageable age and the ones that have, they are not in marriageable age anymore. A lot of things go wrong in the society. And we don't care. We don't want to talk about these things. Anyị na-achọ ka anyị chenye anya elu wee na-aga Na-eme ife ọbụla na-eme. At the end of the day, it will hook. When it hooks, you start looking for the dibia. You don't know what is going on. Things are not moving well. Anything you put your hand is don't scatter. People promise and they fail you. People hate you. No more contract. You start running helter-skelter. And when you come and when Alpha reviews, because most of these people, they do up to 20 abortions. Some 10. And you think that your life will be okay? Spiritually and physically, even financially, mentally, and the rest of it. You think your life will be okay. You know, a woman will massage your ego and the man gets carried away enough to give her money for shopping. This is another instance. Not having any iota of where she's headed to. She goes to the doctor, begins to commit abortion. This evil deed will haunt and affect that man spiritually. Ọ bụrụgodu na ị mara nwaanyị wee napụ gị ego si gị na ọ na-eje shopping na ọ chọrọ ịgo akwa nke a mee nke ọzọ, but truthfully within her she knows she's going to commit abortion. O mekwanara anya bụ abortion kparara gị bụ nwoke ikonyego. Why? Because ọ gị nyere ego. Even though she did it without your knowledge, both of you will do that cleansing, spiritual closure. Unu ga-eme ya. Unu wee dị free. Aside from ndị nwere ọkpụkpọ oku, if you are called, you have that divine call to serve, you are affected. And also the person who don't have that divine call to serve is also affected if you indulge in abortion. I want to tell you this. Nature will never be happy with you. The universe, Aquarium, will never be happy with you. Ndị ichie, your ndị otu, they don't like all these things. That is why I always say that Igbos are spiritual. Igbo bụ mmụọ. So understand your roots, understand your tradition, understand your spirituality before you come on Facebook and start, being argumentative. You start arguing that this woman doesn't know what she's saying. She's living in the past. You will soon know if I'm living in the past or if I am being spiritually conscious. What do you expect from the Dibia's page? Because most of you will just come online and blab and say things, to wound my spirit and things to counter whatever it is, because you are not spiritually conscious. You are living in the world. You are trying to, act civilized. A civilization that teach you that is very cool to kill, to remove pregnancy. What sort of civilization is that? What sort of amamife bụ ife anwa? Kedu ife ọ bụ? Ị kara wee mara ife. Amamife gị niile bụ ije kepụ ime. Ese m na civilization. The punishment must come from Mother Earth. Listen to me today. Your ndị ichie, your ancestors, Chigi, your reincarnator, ndị mmiri, Akwali, among other spiritual guides, they will not be happy with you. Once Alpha reveals you have blood in your hands, you have committed abortion. That is what it means. So also manslaughter, murder, ibu mmadụ. Aside from abortion, that's ibu mmadụ, either using your car to jam the person and the person will die, or you deliberately and intentionally you kill your brother or kill maybe a perceived enemy. As long as you need spiritual closure. Are you listening? This is the first spiritual work to do before any other spiritual work. If you meet a good dibia mgbafa, maọbụ dibia aja, when you get your Alpha result, and if you nwere aka ọbara, ị ga-eme ikpochi onunu, wepụ mmụọ ochu na akalueli na-eso ya lege. That is the first spiritual work you do. You don't just jump to mmiri. Ndị mmiri settle. That is what you hear from them. It's not settlement, it's appeasement. You appease. And it is a continuous process, not that you just do it, then you now leave it. No. If you're spiritually conscious, you will know when your Ndiotu needs something from you. When your Ndiche needs something from you, you will know. if you're spiritually conscious, you receive those messages either through the dream, you hear it with your voice, you see the vision, or because as only the spiritually inclined, you can do afa monthly. You just do I say, how is my life? It is not a bad thing. We are so spiritually conscious that we take care of things, we nip things in the bud, you know. If it's an outsider looking at the person will be like, this person doesn't have any problem. He's always prosperous. He's always doing the right things. Things are working out well for him or her. Do you know what the person does? Do you know that the person not is spiritually conscious? So let me tell you, when you want to do your spiritual work for the first time in your life, meet ezigbo dibia mgbafa. Oge so n'ife oge check. That dibia mgbafa will check your foundation. And if you have this, please, Baba Jebe, go and do that spiritual closure. It is best described as a spiritual exercise, because this is the first spiritual work to do before any other work. Else, none of your spiritual guide will accept anything from you. No matter the kind of appeasement you ime, none of your spiritual work. Also, now one of the factors that hinder spiritual work. Obuna dibia ge muranya. Oputaro n'afa. That is why you are advised, go to Afa one place, second and third, then compare and contrast. Ipuko onye ọnụ malụzia nke na-ekwu eziokwu na nke na-adịkwu eziokwu. And I said in my other program, in my other topic, that before you go for Afa, use kola nut, call on your chi, call on your spiritual guide to reveal things to that dibia mgba Afa. So your journey will not be in vain. That one aside, it is best described as a spiritual exercise in futility when you go ahead and do that spiritual work with akobala. Because abortion is bad. It is not an act of civilization. It means the person who does that is a killer. One of the causes of stagnation, of retrogression, spiritually and physically. It brings failure at the age of breakthrough and a whole lot of negatives into one's life. Abortion can wreck your life and leave it in shambles, almost beyond repair if you are not careful, if you still continue in it. So it's better for you to go and marry. If you are married and you still you lost over women, or you are capable of having more wives, please go and marry. Yano batavafa. Manke di slim, manke di ocha, manke tologonogono, manke so your variety, you say is the spice of life, and you can afford it. Please go and marry. Have additional wives, okay? Multiply. Yes. As long as you can train those children, you can give them the good things of life, you can maintain their mother, marry her, pay her dowry. Have an additional wife, biko. Kamadu zuolu nike na piom 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 piom. Because I'm telling you today that abortion can wreck your life, leave it in shambles, almost beyond repair. Looking for the enemy, whereas it is the major factor why spiritual work never works for the people who indulge in that, no matter the number of dibias you contract to do spiritual works for you. Mani nwere aka ọbala. Nwanne, ọrụ anwa adịghị anywhere, because your spiritual guides have turned their back against you. Ordinary says, strive to live a sacred and holy life, because abortion has cost so many people their destiny, because the evil ones use that to access their spiritual file. Men and women who engage in this randomly, in this random act of, many men who engage in that, and many women should stop it forthwith. And both of you need to be cleansed spiritually. Both parties need to be cleansed. Abortion. You have to do spiritual closure. If not, several opportunities, you'll be losing it in this life. Because most people will say it is only those people that have divine mandate to serve. Ndi nwere ọkpụkpụ is a lie. Yo. That's not true. You have to do that spiritual closure, whether you are called to be a dibia or not. So don't exempt yourself because you committed evil. Imelalo. Ibu mmadụ. So men and women who engage in this randomly should desist. Together, they need to be clean spiritually. If not, the doors of negativity, stagnation will be open fully. Several doors to blessings will be shut against you that you are involved in that. Some people will say, is it not ordinary abortion? Is it not unwanted pregnancy? Can I not use condom? What is the essence of using Postinor 2? Let me ask you, Dibia. Can I not use withdrawal methods among many other solutions given to mankind to prevent their women taking in? I'm asking you today. Who are you asking? You need to be spiritually conscious. That is what I'm telling you. Live a sacred and holy life or become celibate. Abstain. If you know it will lead to pregnancy and you go and remove it, please abstain. Zip up. Okay? The answer is, even though one is meant to enjoy anything sexually, it should be within the confines of marriage, like we have it in the Igbo society. We had it going on in our community during pre-colonial era. Many men and women do not know the abortions carried out during their dating period was the cause of having just one child. Some ended up not conceiving at all. Some begin to have problems of infertility, impotency. It will come up due to abortions. Unu megidego. Awepia unu ye na mmụọ. Mechido the floodgate. Some due to akwali ọmụmụ ha kukpon na their family. On a cause of childlessness. Aside from abortion issue. So it is a huge crime and offense in the spiritual realm. Keep aside Western ideology. Debekwani anakuku. I will tell you again, we Igbos are a spiritual tribe or race, whatever, and can never be like the people you are emulating. Ndị na-enwomi ka ị na-eme ka ha si eme. Unu na ha abụrọkwa ofu ka m gwakwa gị tata. Ka mee ka ndị ọcha. Unu na fa abụrọkwa ofu. Despite what you allude as civilization, please, it is not cool to be doing that. Maka these ladies, ife na-eme n'isi. It's better you get married. Have all the sex and babies you need than to abort all babies in your womb under the guise of removal of unwanted pregnancy. Or you stop and choose to abstain. Zip up. Engage in honest activities like learning new set of skills, make friends with the opposite sex, and keep it pure on the friendship level. All right? Engage in meditation, fasting. Have a gainful employment. Engage in charity works. It will help keep your raging hormones under control. If these activities fail to guide your life and somehow you engage in willful abortion, then know you can only be free when you appease your spiritual guide and be set free from the imprisonment of Ajani. Ụfọdụ amaro, ị na-eme abortion, ị na-emelụ anị. You hear whenever I say nanya ani diaso. Earth, Mother Earth. And we're different kinds of ajani obodo, ajani ngurunu. So you have to be careful. Maka ani jidegi. Ani jidegi ekpo ge ga ichi alivazia. Na asi na ndị ilo na-eme gị. Ị mara na ife imetelu onwe gị. Ndị ichie will hold you. Akwali ọmụmụ akpọ ge ga n'aka ma n'ụkwụ. So a deep spiritual cleansing ritual must be carried out by dibia. Ezigbote dibia ajani to restore what was destroyed in your life and destiny. Then you have to promise ndị ichie akwali ọmụmụ n'ịma mmezi ọzọ. You have to ask them to forgive you. You will no longer indulge in abortion. You will no longer carry out that dirty act. You give them a solemn promise not to engage in such anymore. So I think this is one of the reasons polygamous marriages largely took place in Igbo land. Omomo is not joked with, hence Akwali is involved. That is also why many Dibias marry more than one wife to avoid engaging in abortion. No, that is why you see most Dibias, they have more than one wives. Alright? It is better you marry and have more than one wife than in a pium. And when it enters, you say, remove it. Your spiritual powers will be withdrawn from you, you ignorant Dibia, and you also an ignorant person. This act is capable of disconnecting you from your spiritual guide. Learn it today and cause great havoc to happen in the life of that Dibia or in the life of that individual. The ones who do not have the divine mandate to answer their call, your repercussion is, in fact, you fall in the same category with the Dibia. Because everybody has spiritual guides. Are you listening? The universe does not respect or applaud you when you carry out such abominable act. So I want to urge you today to stop forthwith. Unu emezina abortion, unu etezina ime. Abstain n'ọlụ onwe gị. Tụọ amụ gị mkpọrọ. Ị na-anụ gị bụ nwoke. Gị bụ nwaanyị. Close your legs. Engage in something meaningful. Learn skills, all right? Remove your mind, your raging hormones. Keep it under control. You now open a can of worm in your life. So I hope that today I have talked some sense. I have made credible, submissions on this issue of this topic that says, are you aware abortion can hinder a lot of things in your life and destiny? You have listened to me, and I want you to take time out to reflect on it. This is Dibia Nwangu Uchendo. I have come to the end of this program, and also, if you have questions relating to this topic, please, my Facebook is Dibia Nwangu Uchendo. You can also connect with me there. You can also connect with me on YouTube. Same Dibia Nwangu Uchendo. You can also connect with me via ADN Radio, New York. All right? So strive to live a life of sacredness, a life of holiness, as an ordinary adherent. When you are spiritually conscious about your life, there are benefits. You have to reap the good benefits, please. Don't argue each time this topic, abortion, is being discussed. I know today you have learned how to run away from it, even if you are not the person who is going to carry out that abominable act. Try and absolve yourself. Say it out, speak it out. The universe will bear witness. Your spiritual guides are there. Onye na-eji ime abortion, biko aka ma ọkpa ma adịrị ya. Tụfịa akwa ọkwa alụ emekwanị ya. Ọka mma na ibulu nwa gị mụọ nya amụọ. Say this thing, say it out. Ịgbali isi onwe gị. So that ebe ịgba afa ka afa na-asị ndụ gị adịkwa sị na ndụ gị dị. Not that na ị nwere aka ọbala. And you keep swearing, with the heavens and earth, you have never in your life engaged in abortion in your entire life. Whereas you were there when it's being discussed. You didn't say anything. Whereas you didn't discourage the person. Even if you encouraged the person and took the person to the hospital, know that you yourself, you committed abortion. You did it. Along with the person that you took to the hospital. Yes. So you are whether male or female and you engage in abortion, both of you need to seek spiritual closure. It brings a lot of setback in your life. It can destroy your destiny. It can put your life to a stop physically here on earth. It is when you realize, do spiritual closure. Before you do any spiritual work, no awele work will work for you. No spiritual settlement will work, except you do spiritual closure because of that abortion. Thank you for listening to me. It's bye from Dibia Wangu.